How much money do you really need to retire comfortably? Is the old $1 million rule still realistic or dangerously outdated? And could your future freedom depend less on a number and more on timing, habits, and flexibility? Before we go deeper, this is Financially Well. For decades, retirement planning was built around simple benchmarks: save $1 million, withdraw 4% annually, live off the rest. But in 2025, these assumptions are showing cracks. Inflation has quietly raised the cost of living. Healthcare expenses have surged. Longevity is increasing. And perhaps most overlooked of all, what it means to live comfortably has changed radically. So how much do you actually need? The short answer, it depends. The longer answer begins with understanding that retirement isn't an age. It's a math equation. It's not about hitting a specific dollar figure. It's about generating enough passive income to sustain your lifestyle without active work. And in this context, lifestyle isn't luxury. It's clarity, what you need, what you value, where you live, and how flexible you can be. All factor into your retirement target. Let's start with the most misunderstood part: expenses. A $60,000 annual lifestyle in a low-tax, low-cost state might require far less savings than a $100,000 lifestyle in a high-cost coastal city. That's why a one-size-fits-all savings goal doesn't work. To reverse engineer your number, you need to calculate your likely annual expenses in retirement. Then multiply that by 25 if you're using the 4% rule. If your lifestyle costs $70,000 per year, that translates to a nest egg of $1.75 million. But if you're aiming for $40,000 a year, suddenly $1 million might be enough. Then there's the question of withdrawal strategy. The classic 4% rule was based on historical stock and bond returns, but in an era of higher inflation and market uncertainty, many planners now recommend 3.5% or even less for long retirements. On the flip side, flexible withdrawal models, where you reduce spending in down markets and spend more in up years, can stretch your money significantly. It's not just how much you save, it's how you spend it. Income diversity also changes the equation. If you have a pension, rental income, annuities, or Social Security benefits, your required nest egg drops dramatically. A retiree with $2,000 a month in Social Security needs far less than someone relying entirely on a 401k. Real estate, dividend-paying stocks, and business income can reduce the pressure on your savings and provide protection against inflation. Texas, or parts of the Midwest, could reduce your cost of living by 30 to 40% compared to retiring in a coastal city. And retiring abroad, in countries with strong healthcare systems and lower daily costs, can stretch even modest savings. Mexico, Portugal, and Thailand have all become retirement hotspots for a reason. Let's not forget taxes. Withdrawals from traditional retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs are taxed as ordinary income. Roth accounts, on the other hand, offer tax-free withdrawals. Real estate depreciation, HSA accounts, and capital gains strategies all influence your net retirement income. The tax code isn't just a set of rules, it's a set of levers. Learning to pull them can make a 5-figure difference annually. Then there's the psychological piece. Many people imagine retirement as a permanent vacation. But studies show that retirees who don't find purpose, community, or structured days often feel lost. That's why part-time work, volunteering, or passion projects don't just provide supplemental income. They provide identity. Retiring comfortably means more than financial safety. It means emotional and mental preparedness too. Lifestyle creep is another danger. If your spending expands with your wealth during your working years, retirement becomes harder to afford. Living slightly below your means before and during retirement creates margin. That margin is what turns volatility into opportunity. If your lifestyle requires every dollar you earn, retirement will always feel out of reach. But if you design a life that's joyful, simple, and scalable, retirement becomes far more attainable. And here's the truth that no financial influencer talks about. Some people need $500,000 to retire well. Others need $5 million. The difference isn't always income, it's clarity. Clarity on where you'll live, how you'll spend, who you'll care for, and how you define enough. Financial independence isn't just about escaping work. It's about creating a life that doesn't demand escape. That's why one of the most powerful moves you can make today is tracking your spending. Not just budgeting, but actually auditing how you live. You'll start to see patterns. Some costs are negotiable, others are essential. And once you see where your money goes, you'll understand how much freedom actually costs. That's your number, not some generic benchmark. Retirement planning in 2025 isn't about chasing an arbitrary figure. It's about engineering a life that's both financially and emotionally sustainable. The right amount of money is the amount that lets you wake up without dread and sleep without fear. For some, that means aggressive saving and early retirement. For others, it means working part-time, downsizing, or moving to a lower-cost region. If you're closer to retirement, then clarity and control become your best allies. Audit your spending. Evaluate your income sources. Learn the tax system. Talk to a fiduciary. You don't need perfection, you need a plan. Because in the end, comfort isn't just about money. It's about peace of mind, the ability to wake up every morning knowing your future is secure, your needs are covered, and your time is truly your own. It's not about luxury, it's about stability. Not about excess, but about control. And that kind of peace doesn't happen by accident. It's built deliberately, through clarity, planning, and a deep understanding of what truly matters to you. When your financial house is in order, your decisions become lighter. You stop worrying about the next bill, the next market dip, or whether you'll outlive your savings. You stop chasing more and start building better. That's the real goal. Not just retiring, but retiring well. With confidence, with choices, with dignity. Subscribe for more grounded, actionable strategies only on Financially Well.